Hey, what's up, everyone? I just came back from work. It's currently Tuesday, October 1st, and I just want to say that I wanted to. At first, I wanted to do these every single day, but I was figuring, although you do learn something new every day, it's not entirely, it's not that big of a update that I could give as opposed to giving it a week update. So yeah, it's been a week since my last update on Tuesday, which is last week. So yeah, so I bought this class off Udemy. It's this music production class, and that isn't the first thing that I bought. I bought this Ableton, learn how to use the interface and all the programs and stuff. But I felt like that wasn't as in depth as I wanted it to be, so I bought this mixing and mastering class, and so far I'm learning. I'm learning a lot, but there's some techniques that I would like to learn, and ideally would like to have taught to me. But I'm not that much of a learner. Like, I did not like school. I did not like putting in the time to like learn about this. I'd like to, personally, like when I get into my DAW or like my music production stuff, I usually just, like I like to mess around, just to see like what does what. But sometimes I get lost. So, doing these videos actually does teach me something, and it definitely does counteract that, that I'm not just playing stuff around. And so yeah, other than that, I've been doing that, and it was our homecoming weekend for for my university. I had a lot of fun with that, seeing some friends and stuff. But one thing I just can't get better at is time commitment. I am really bad at keeping track of time and keeping track of like what's going on and time management. And I feel like that's one of the things that I really do need to work on is time management. And keep even just writing in your agenda, it's just seeing like what you're going to do the next day or setting goals. That's just something that I would love to add to my repertoire, whatever that means. But yeah, it's so I want to talk about, other than that, like time management is probably key to something that I'll be working on. And there's like this one thing that always keeps on going, getting tossed around in production with music is, your sound, your quote unquote sound. And, me starting off, like maybe I think I started maybe like 2 or 3, or I started taking it more seriously maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And, you know, um, that's something that definitely does develop with time. And I'm somewhat patient. I'm not the most patient person, but if it's something that does require time, then I do have to realize and tell myself that yeah, it is something that requires time, and I can't go into rushing things. But it's there's like a fine balance between finding your sound and um, going in there and just doing whatever the hell you want. It's because usually when you hear DJs, they have a specific sound. Like it's that specific DJ that's playing. Like for example, Marshmello has this kind of like tangy, bubbly kind of sound to his music, and when you hear him, you can instantly tell that it's him, the producer, like making music and stuff. So, yeah, it's just that's something that I have to work on, and I do realize that, and um, it's crazy because I never set a goal to talk about anything in these videos. I just literally turn the video camera on, or I usually just like cook whatever I'm gonna eat tomorrow, come to my room, turn the shit on, and I just talk. But I think that's like the beauty of it because like I'm literally just thinking about everything on the spot, um, and it's not cut either. It's just like this is what's on my mind. This is what I really want to work on. This is what I'm struggling with right now, and I hope to do better. Oh, okay. Here, just a crazy idea I had in my head. I want to talk about what I want to accomplish in a week, and maybe in I don't want to set my goals too low because I remember my first track that I made. Um, it's called Found. It's on SoundCloud. That took me maybe couple weeks to do. But I was so lazy that I didn't even want to master it or like mix it properly. And so far I think that mix sounds the best that I've done so far. But there's still more you could do to it, like in terms of mixing and mastering wise. But as for my other tracks, they always fall off super short. And whatever I copy or whatever I did in that track, like I want to look back and see what I did, but I know I can do stuff better. So that's just like stuff that I'm struggling with right now. Is just like making sure every mixes and mastering sound in tip top, 10 out of 10 quality sound. But that's just something that comes with time, like I said. Um, so sorry. um, yeah. So I want to talk about what else is gonna be like one of my goals, maybe in like a month or maybe even a year or maybe 5 years, is that hopefully, well, I heard record labels are down now, or not down, but like they're not as quote unquote popular as they used to be because there's a lot of independent artists that get even bigger than ones that are in record labels. But it's a record label that I've been looking at was Mad Decent, and Mad Decent is one of my favorite. Honestly, like one of my first raves I ever went was Mad Decent Detroit, and it was so much fun. And the second time that I went, I was able to see Diplo, and Diplo is honestly one of my favorite producers and DJs. He's just, he gets the vibe of whatever music. He's so I'm sorry. He's so fundamentally music talented. He's just, he understands what's going on and like what vibes fit with vibes, and he's just a fun-loving guy too. He's kind of a cool, he's kind of like a cool hip dad that knows how to DJ. Something that I want to be one day. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next week.